Hello, everyone, and welcome to our introductory video for Guatemala, Mayans, Mountains, and Medicine, departing October 28th and arriving back November 5th, 2023. Before we get to our amazing journey, I'd like to first introduce Nicola Balmain, the founder and president of Nanda Journeys, to tell you a little bit more about Nanda Journeys and our amazing hosts for this journey, Dr. Stuart Seides and Anne Wieland. Nicola, thank you so much for joining us.
Always a great pleasure to come and talk travel with you, and I'm very excited to talk about Guatemala in particular. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Nanda family, where we do things with purpose and passion. Travel has been my lifelong career. I started at age 17 working for a travel company in the northwest of England, and I had a wonderful career with them before transferring to the United States in 2001. I fell in love with educational, transformative travel where we connect people, really understand the culture, really understand the community. And I knew I was not going back to traditional travel. The days of cruising and all-inclusives for me personally were behind me. Transformative travel is what I fell in love with. And when the company I work for ceased to operate in 2015, I put on my big girl pants and I decided to start Nanda Journeys. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to our journey. I hope you'll consider joining us later this year in Guatemala. Something that I'm really proud of and something that's evolved since starting the company in 2015 is the Nanda Way. Our clients, our guides, our leaders, people we met along the way, they all kept paraphrasing the same statement. We love the Nanda Way, and it's something that we've kind of incorporated into the very fabric of our company. It's at the center of when we develop the programs we consider, is this the Nanda Way? Immersive and authentic is really important to us, whether it be the interactions we have with you, our clients, our leaders, with our travel partners. We want to make sure that we're collaborating with people that are really committed to socially responsible, transformative travel. We connect you with the local culture, the community, the people, to understand what it's like to live in the community that you're visiting. If it's not obvious already, we do things with purpose and passion around here, and all of our groups are purposefully small so you can have an intimate and educational experience. We can't send you a catalog. We don't have one. All of our programs are created unique and bespoke, created around the theme of the program, and in this case, healthcare and medicine.
And I mean, those are some of the many ways that make Nanda Journeys so special, and the experience is so amazing and unbelievable and unforgettable. But above and beyond that, it's who you're traveling with, the hosts that Nanda Journeys chooses. And we have two amazing hosts on this particular journey. Tell us a little bit about our hosts.
Yeah, delighted to. We're so very fortunate to have Dr. Stuart Seides and Anne Wieland as our friends, our collaborative partners on this professional journey. Dr. Stuart Seides is a physician and the executive director of MedStar Heart Vascular Institute in Washington, D.C. As you'll see here, there's many accolades. There are way too many to list on this one slide. As a highly accomplished physician and healthcare professional, and he's a heart-forward person too. You're going to have a wonderful experience. He believes in cultural learning. He believes in stepping outside of your comfort zone to collaborate with people outside of your culture and outside of your immediate backyard, so to speak. And his co-host, Anne Wieland, she's also a very accomplished healthcare executive. She's a corporate vice president at MedStar Health. She has clinical system-wide oversight, rather, for several clinical lines within the organization. As a healthcare service, it's the largest in the Mid-Atlantic. She oversees their neurosciences, their orthopedics, and their transplant services. Anne is also the president of Houston Cardiovascular Nursing Society. Two amazing leaders. You're definitely going to create some very unique friendships here and have a wonderful transformative journey with both Stuart and Anne.
Yeah, and they are very well accomplished and perfect leaders for this amazing journey, this career enrichment journey. And what makes a career enrichment journey a career enrichment journey here at Nanda? And one of those things, a few of those things, personal development and peer engagement. All professional delegations incorporate meetings with academics and interprofessional healthcare workers, as well as community members, to ensure delegates receive a comprehensive overview of their profession in a small group and intimate setting. This gives you the chance to learn about healthcare in rural, urban, and indigenous communities throughout Guatemala that you can take back with you after the journey ends. We provide networking to allow you to deepen your connections both here in the US and abroad and establish friendships, collaborative opportunities, advanced learning experiences, and a deeper understanding of your profession. Above and beyond the peer engagement and the professional aspects, we offer cultural experiences. Guatemala is known as the land of the trees, and Lonely Planet has gone so far as to describe Lake Atitlán, which we'll experience on this journey, as the closest thing to Eden on earth. Going above and beyond the beauty of Guatemala, we give you a chance to meet the local people, understand the culture, the heritage, and personality that makes Guatemala one of the most beautiful places in the world. Also, we encourage you to bring a guest. While you are off doing your professional engagement, all are welcome, and the guests will enjoy privately guided cultural experiences during the professional meetings. Just as a note, given the professional aspects of this experience, some of the expenses on this journey may be deductible. We ask that you consult with a professional accountant regarding any of the deductible expenses. Now, getting to the journey of our Mayans, mountains, and medicine, our journey starts on October 8th, flying into Guatemala City, where we transfer over to Antigua for our first 3 evenings. After those 3 evenings in Antigua, we travel west to Lake Atitlán, where we'll spend 2 evenings. After our stay in Lake Atitlán, we'll travel over to Guatemala City, where we'll spend 3 evenings in Guatemala City. After one of those days, we will actually be flying up on a day trip to Tikal National Park, which is very well known for their Mayan ruins, one of the best places in the world to see them. We fly back home, and on the last day, we depart out of Guatemala City. So to tell you a little bit more about the professional engagement, I want to welcome Nicola back because you've been here twice. Nicola, tell us a little bit about your experience. You've built this itinerary. Tell us a little bit about the core of our journey and the peer engagement and education that our travelers will experience.
Absolutely happy to. I've truly fallen in love with Guatemala, and I've made it one of my personal goals to convince others to consider Guatemala for their next travel adventure. I think it's misconceived notion that exists. I had it, a lot of other people had it. Guatemala is obviously in the media, typically for their immigration challenges here into the United States. So we don't tend to hear about the wonderful travel opportunities and the beautiful country that Guatemala is. So when we talk about our continuing education and peer engagement, we're creating opportunities for you to meet with healthcare providers in a public, private, and indigenous setting. So you'll go to the university and meet with people in academia. You'll meet with clinicians and healthcare providers. You'll meet with a shaman, for instance. So we're providing really unique opportunities to learn about this wonderful Mayan culture. 45% of the population in Guatemala is actually indigenous. So you'll learn about the Mayan culture, its languages, and how that impacts access to healthcare all across different locations in Guatemala. I think it's really important. We have a lot of Guatemalans here in the United States, and it affords the professionals that are joining us to be able to adapt their healthcare model, how they care for the families, how they care for patients, and how they interact with their patients. So that is also a great opportunity on this particular itinerary, a learning that you can bring back and fold that in to your own profession.
And above and beyond the peer engagement and the professional development, we have a great opportunity to really understand the culture and the people of Guatemala. You being there twice, as I had mentioned, you've built a lot of amazing cultural opportunities. Tell us a little bit about the cultural side of Guatemala and what we'll experience as a group, as a whole.
Yeah, I really invite everybody to really take a close look at the itinerary because it's way too much for us to talk about here, but hopefully we'll create a little bit of excitement and show you why Guatemala should be at the top of your bucket list. We have a wonderful relationship with Niños de Guatemala, which is a social tourism program where they own the hotels we're going to stay at, and they help us to design this program. Pictured here is a good friend of mine. We did an active volcano hike. This is Pacaya. At the top of Pacaya, you're going to make your pizza with a local lady from a local restaurant. She brings all of the ingredients fresh from her garden. We're going to make pizza and cook pizza on the steam vents at the top of the volcano. Fear not, though, there is the local taxi, otherwise known as a horse. If hiking isn't your thing, you do have an alternate mode of transport. So, of course, featured here also is Tikal National Park, medicinal plant workshop with a local shaman, again, learning about the indigenous medicine, the indigenous healthcare, and the indigenous approach to healthcare. and explorations of Lake Atitlán. I live in Northern California, and I say it's more beautiful than Lake Tahoe, but you have to come along on the ride with me and see whether or not you agree with me.
That sounds absolutely amazing. And I know we've already touched upon the accompanying guest program. There is something for everyone. So we encourage your travelers, the professionals, to bring their guests, their friends, their family on this amazing journey, because there's something for everyone. So while all the professionals are off doing their professional thing, tell us a little bit about what their guests will have a chance to experience.
Well, first of all, they'll experience the wonderful, warm, friendly greeting from the Guatemalan people. Pretty obvious in this picture here, don't you think, Michael? They'll have a cooking class. Cacao is very important both to the culture and the community. So you'll have a chocolate workshop. You'll visit one of the local villages. And all of this is happening while the professional members of the group are in those meetings with academics, clinicians, nurses, healthcare professionals. So as you say, there is something for everyone, and you definitely will fall in love with the Guatemalan people. Of that, I can assure you.
Sounds great. And one of the things that we here at Nanda are always paying so much attention to is that idea of taking your memories with you, but leaving the footprints behind. And we make sure that we're always focusing on the impact that we have. And especially here in Guatemala, there's so much opportunity. We see it almost in every day of our journey. Tell us a little bit about the social impact that our experience will have during our visit in Guatemala.
Yeah, it really is I call it the holistic circle of giving here is perfect for this particular program. All of the activities you participate in, all of the experiences you have, the profits from those experiences go back into education in Guatemala. That partnership I mentioned with Niños de Guatemala, they have 3 schools and they educate almost 600 children. So this social tourism kind of cycle, it's just a beautiful thing. You'll stay at the Good Hotel, which also provides their profits back to Niños de Guatemala. For every night you stay at the Good Hotel in Antigua and Guatemala City, you fund 5 days of education for one of the local students. We are also committed to student sponsorship, and we'll be making a financial contribution on your behalf to Niños de Guatemala to help them further their mission to provide education and opportunity. We all know that it's really important, both in our home neighborhoods, in the international community. Education and opportunity is at the heart of everything that we should be focused on. It creates meaningful opportunities for people all over the world. And there's some wonderful people doing some wonderful things in Guatemala.
Amazing. So for those of you that are interested in joining us in October on this amazing 9-day, 8-night journey, if you're interested in signing up, the cost of the trip is $3,099 per person, which includes the 8-night program, along with all the flights within Guatemala. The single supplement, if you're planning on joining us as a single, is $349. If you're looking to book your flights, you can book all of your flights international through Nanda Journeys. To hold your space, a deposit of $500 is all you need. Nanda Journeys also offers travel insurance for all travelers. The deposit itself is refundable up until May 31st, 2023. It's fully refundable minus a $95 service fee. So we say that because the space on this particular journey is limited to 20 travelers. We fully anticipate, given the interest, that this journey will fill up very quickly. If you're interested in signing up for this journey, $500 is all it takes. If something changes, you have up until May 31st to receive your money back minus that $95 service fee. So it's always better to have that seat and not need it than at the end need that seat and not have it. So with that being said, thank you all so much for joining us. If they have any further questions, Nicola, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, I encourage you, please reach out to me. If it's not obvious already, I love talking about Guatemala. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Please give us a call at 888-747-7501. You can email the team at info@nandajourneys.com. Visit our website, of course, www.nandajourneys.com to reserve your spot. But please, do call us. We want to talk about Guatemala, and we want to hear your feedback about this particular journey. So thanks for being with us today, and we look forward to seeing you in Guatemala.